Historic heritage, will you consider this? 5. Thank you. Next. Melvin Road's Grandstand.
Yes.
Okay. 5. 5.
5.
Next. Japanese East Tower.
Sige, 5.
5. Next. We have the drinking horses and lamppost.
Saan
So
yan?
my answer. Yes. 5. Thank you. Next. Story. This one.
The drinking horses symbolize the old pasture feature of Central Business District before the city was established. So we found it valuable to put it there to bring us to the history of Baguio City, which is the Ibaloi families who used to have their horses and cows and carabaos, animals spread all throughout Burnham and drink from that area.
So, do we have any other markers or monuments that you wish to include in our list? Yes, sir, sasama siya. Baka nalito lang po namin.
Wala. Monuments.
Yes, sir.
I noticed the arches, yung mga entrance arches like from Cannon Road, from Nagilian Road. Those are nice markers. I don't know if they're included in the mapping. I've not seen arches as included in the arches with the Ifugao houses. Those are unique of mapping.
Regarding the horses, did you investigate when was this erected? May 50 years na ba? June Labo, when was that? That was 1990s. June Labo, 1989.
You have to take the two together, the 1940s and the old Nampos, because the old Nampos also represent the early urbanization of Baguio City at the time, because of those old Nampos. And ganda nga nila.
Structure, has a marker, it's a historical marker. It's already a historical marker and we are markers in monuments. So we're taking note of that.
Tama yun. When it's marked already by the Historical Commission of the Philippines, regardless if it's 50, that should be included. So like the Pedero House, it's declared, it's an important cultural property, the White Mansion, that should be included as well, and all the other structures. Now with regard to, tama yung ni Councilor, no? Yung 50 kasi is just like a guide. We're not so strict with it anyway, because if you look at reckoning here, that should be 1972 and older, right? Kasi 2022 tayo ngayon. But sometimes, some people decide to protect it, even if it's like 40 years old. Now, declare it as early as now so that we don't want that it will reach 50, yun palang i-declare, by that time baka sinira na. So you can also do something that is more purposive, that you think that's going to last and that the owners or the public sector will be willing to protect it. So you do have that. So meron parang mga concessions dito. Some even have like even a 35-year-old structure might be included. Again, it will go back to the significance.
What about the Baden-Powell marker?
National po kasi siya and we are still waiting for the reply from the National Office of Boy Scout.
We're not mapping the Baden-Powell marker we're mapping the Baden-Powell in. Kasi the marker is just a marker. Unless it's an old structure marker. So, it's the in that we're marking. But anyway, we'll wait a bit more because we will have heritage houses in a bit. Okay, but I think that's a very valid point. Kasi a marker looks like a monument.
Meron pa po ba? Meron tayong nakakalimutan. Yung zero marker. Yung
Game 0. Oh.
yung kilometer zero. We cannot answer that. Kasi we don't know, kasi ang daming zero markers in Baguio.
Yes, we actually have
Boy,
zero markers in the city. And when we went to the DPWH, they even don't know history of the markers themselves. You remember that it's either the city who puts the zero marker or the DPWH. So we try to identify which is which. So no information on the DPWH, no information then on the city. So we had to put it in pending on the list. This one. But it is included, but we just have to find the information and the data regarding the zero markers.
Okay, going back to Lion's Head, it was mapped. There is a slide. I just hope it's lost somewhere. Follow yung slides. Pero if it's not there, I will have to talk about the Lion's Head kasi there's a major misinformation regarding that head. Yes?
Where does the old gazebo of the skating rink fall into? It's still there.
Yes.
It's just covered.
Siguro naman under will
And then it is possible to induce. One is you map the whole Burnham Park as a site. Within Burnham Park, you will mark what are the heritage structures, we would say 50 or close to 50, and what are the heritage trees that are found in Burnham Park. So kaya medyo mahirap talaga ang mapping, hindi siya biro talaga, no, parang yun na lang bubuhay yung gagawin. Ano talaga. So, but that's very much noted namin if you think that the skating rink should also be mapped separately for protection, because there is also a set of memories, then we will map it separately. Okay. Right.
Saan po magpo-fall yung mga monuments na ginagamit sa surveying, mga high points, mga Worcester, Boyd, mga ganun? Yung mga Worcester, Boyd, mga old timeline monuments.
Objects yun, sir. Objects.
Oo.
Later, in the next section, we will have the objects.
No more?
Problematic sa Philippines ang monument. You know why? Ang monument is sometimes mistaken as movable. Kasi yung mayor kasi minsan minumove ang monumento. So, I mean, that's classic sa amin, no? Sa kahit, there was Rizal, naulaw ni Rizal, originally it faced the munisipyo, but then the next mayor wanted it to face the sea. Another mayor wanted it that it should face the school. So parang, dapat talaga may municipal ordinance or resolution just to put him where he should be. Another is parang kulang tayo sometimes with markers. Kaya yung ibang mga markers ng city, mabuti pa ang Baguio. But in other towns, we don't even have monuments. Hindi sila naglalagay ng monument para lang maalala. You have to create monuments, not only the old ones, but new. Because the new will become the heritage of tomorrow. So dapat you should put markers where it should be. For example, do we have already an earthquake marker? Like that 1990s tayo, that will be around 40 years, 50 years from now. But what are the other markers that can be sponsored by the city so that the next generation will be able to recall? Very important events, people, or places.
Just a follow-up on what Kapitan Cayetano said earlier. I think these are not objects because these should not be moved. These are permanent landmarks established by the Americans.
We call this the control point, survey control points. And we have, their names actually were named, the names of these monuments were named after the Americans.
So there's a physical structure.
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
we should map that.
Yeah.
Complete siya.
We can get that from the DNR.
Yes, BNR. Meron ba man dito sa BNR?
Siguro for annotation lang to, kasi palagi ko narinig sa mga oldies, yung PNR site, yung wala nang tapos yung luneta, yung wala nang cemetery. I don't know how you would take the mystery of this while you were also nasa kung si Rizal sa luneta, nasa na yung PNR also
In line with the comment of sister of the PNR depot, which I think is now for Victor Liner, is there was supposed to have been a PNR depot site, which is now called Barrio San Luis. Older maps used to call it PNR Village. It was never built. It used to be part of the Mirador property and it was expropriated by the national government. In the 1930s, because there was an idea to put a railroad track from the Northeast all the way to Baguio, and then the big depot to fix the train is supposed to be there. It's now Barrio San Luis, Mirador. But the station is where the yung building, something like that, yung park dito dyan. Sa Bornang, Gary Jones. That's roughly where the station of Baguio was supposed to be. Pero pag natutulog yung train doon sila sa may PNR, there are some old maps that I have seen done by the NAMRIA where that site is called PNR. So, I know what it is. People seem to forget that the issues project. It was just stopped by the port.
So that means, General Father, that should be notated. Because we have Melvin Jones, then we put it in the narrative that in the Melvin Jones, now it's present Melvin Jones, but do you know that it was intended as the PNR station? We just note it. Kasi ang problema with immovable, we cannot have an imagined immovable. It has something like, something physical or very tangible that we can. So sometimes the tangible can be just an empty lot. That's why we map it as undersite. Kaya walang gumagalaw nun kasi supposedly it was earmarked to be a train station or to be a railway station. And nobody touches it because it's under the Philippine Railways. So yun, kapag ganon, hindi pa siya kinonvert, then we can. So parang ganito din po, parang for the knowledge of everyone, if the house, for example, used to be a house, it became a theater, now and it became a school, and now it's a clinic, we don't map it as a house. Malilito tayo. We map it as a clinic because all the other vestiges of what a clinic should have, an emergency room, will be described. But in the history of the structure, which we write, we will put there the history of its utilization. So yun po, that's why yung kay sister, it used to be an office-shade, but now it's a retreat house. I don't know later on what will be the future of the Little Flower. Will it become a cafe? And the problem with zoning, for example. So yung mga ganun, so that's why mapping, hindi pwede ang mapping just one shot. You renew and every 5 years, so often you have to check the data of its use.
So we move on. Magandang usapan pero we have to move on. Okay, next. Let's sit down, let's have a day.